feel like these TikTok famous YouTube fights, it's not boxing. It's like, it's another sport, you know, and you just like that. Because if you look at it like boxing, then you're going to always be disappointed and you're going to be like, it's just stupid. But if you're like, look, it's literally just entertainment. These guys are just entertaining their fans and their followers and they're getting paid a shitload for it. And they're bringing eyes on it, unboxing, but actually getting some decent boxers on the undercard as well. Or having people like Amanda Serrano and Katie Taylor lap fight. That's incredible for women's boxing. Wouldn't have been done without Jake Paul, you know? So got to give him respect.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think any of his fights are really fights, but you make a great point. He's putting a huge spotlight back on boxing, so it's helping the community overall, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, he's getting people that aren't even doing boxing because he's got all these followers to watch boxing. You know, they might become boxing fans. I'm like, actually, I like this. So he's just bringing more eyes on the sport, and that's kind of what I've done with the way I am. You know, because I'm different, and I choose to be how I am, and it's bringing a different niche. You're not your same plain, boring, you know, small, tiny niche of female boxing fans. Bringing something different opens up the eyes and goes, wait a second, this is something different. Maybe we want to watch this. And then they do, and they're like, oh, wow. You know, you got to get the eyes in at first. The eyes are in to watch. You got to bring them in somehow. And once you bring them in, then they choose to stay or not, you know, and that depends on your performance and what you're doing.
Right. So one of your tactics to draw the eyes in is showing up to weigh-ins in lingerie. So when did you decide to start doing that? And then was it strategic? Was it like, hey, if I want to stand out in the crowd, I'm going to show up with lingerie on? Or what was the thought behind that?
It wasn't. It was just like me being me. Like I said, I was a bodybuilder for 10 years and I used to stand on stage in a G-string flexing. You know, and I was a card girl, a ring girl for those 10 years all through my 20s as well, walking around the ring in a G-string because back then ring girls wore G-strings and bikinis, you know. So it was just something I just always did. So when I jumped the scale, of course I want to show off my body like a bodybuilder because I'm like, look at my body. And I want to like do little cute turns and have that same stage presence on the scales that I would have on stage. And that's pretty much what I've done. What I did is I made my weigh-ins another event for myself so I could enjoy it. And I could bring my bodybuilding, which I did love being on stage in bodybuilding. I bring that little bit of bodybuilding, like, you know, swab over to the boxing by making it a little bit of an event and being up, you know, doing my makeup, making my hair pretty, putting my tan on, like, you know, and doing cute little turns. Obviously not full flexing like a bodybuilder and not being as ripped, but it's still, it's the same thing. It was just, that's what it was. I was just like, well, this is what I love to do. And why should I dress like everyone else? Why should I wear the same underwear that anyone else wears? Everyone wears matching Calvin Klein underwear. It's so like standard. Like, I'm like, why would I want to wear? I would never wear that. So I'm going to wear my nice lingerie that I like to wear, you know. And to be fair, other women have done it before me, but the difference is, I think, is the presence that I have on the scales because I bring that bodybuilding kind of, you know, posing and also because I've got big bolt-ons. It's like, wow, what tits on a boxer? Like, you know, like they're like so. You know, whoa, wait, no, what, she's feminine? She's a boxer, she's feminine? No. You know what I mean? And because I own that femininity, because why can't we be feminine? Why can't we be pretty? Why can't we be girly and punch on? Why? You know?
Yeah.
I don't, you know, because of the stereotype that's been around for years, because pretty girls don't fight. You're too pretty to fight. You're too feminine because, you know, only butch masculine women fight. No, I'm changing that shit.
Yeah. And I think that's great. Yeah, you're the world champ. You're the champ. You can do whatever you want. That's right. And I think it's good, like, during this age, right? I mean, what are your pronouns, Ebanie? What are your pronouns?
I am proudly a woman. I am love being. And then I think I'm proud to be a woman. I don't want to be like a man. I believe we started equality, but I know we don't want to really go into it because we could go into it. But I think we should be, you know, trying to lose the femininity and try and be so equal. Just be women and, you know, be feminine. And I love that it's women's boxing. I'm proud to be a female, a female fighter. You know, I know everyone wants to, it's just boxing, you know, it's boxing, it's all boxing. I go, yeah, but I'm a woman and I'm proud to be a female fighter. You know what I mean? Like it's a good thing. We should be proud, you know?
As you should. Yeah. Yeah. I think, you're obviously doing it all right, you know, and you're a world champion now and you got that title and belt. What is your current, Yeah. What's your current record?
My current record is 8-1, and 3 KOs. But yeah, so I've done pretty well. You know, I had my first world title fight on my, I think it was my 5th fight, or maybe the 6th fight. I had my first world title fight. I lost in a very controversial loss. And I was blind in one eye for the last 4 rounds. I couldn't see out of my eye, but I kept going. And I still think I won. A lot of fans think I won. So we're looking for that rematch. But yeah, and then, I just beat the longest reigning champion in my division. In Cecilia Roman, she held the title and defended it, I think, 8 times. She had the title for 5+ years. And I'm, the first girl to knock the reigning champ off the other champs that kind of got vacant titles or just beat, like a freshie. So that's a pretty big achievement, from the blonde bomber. He's just a lingerie model, apparently. They can punch.
Yeah, and a math teacher. Yeah.
Proving all that is wrong. That's what I'm doing, Clint.
Yeah, you're doing it right. Yeah, and you're a math teacher on top of that. Are any of them math teachers, huh? Can they teach math? Probably not.
Yeah. No. Can they do calculus?
No, that's right. That's what you should do. You start pulling calculus out in the ring. So now let's kind of go backwards. You grew up in Australia. You grew up with karate, Muay Thai. I mean, where did the teaching part come from? In the middle of your dreams or your ambition to become a boxer. Is math actually a passion, or is it just a path that you took?
No, I do love maths. I've always loved maths. It was always my favorite subject. And I just wanted to, I had a really rough teens, really traumatic teens. And I changed my life, and I was very lucky to have good supportive parents that helped me, but I did change my life, and I pretty much had a second chance at life. And I wanted to be someone. I wanted to go back to the schools and teach and be around kids like me and how I was, and be able to get them at a young age and get in their heads at a young age to stay clear of things and to believe in themselves, and to know that if you just try and if you just believe in yourself, give up on yourself, that anything's possible and you can change your life at any time. You can change it no matter what. Some kids, they have I've taught in mainly rough schools and really underprivileged schools, come from very bad backgrounds, very bad families, horrible things have happened. And I think it's important to teach these kids that no matter where you come from, no matter what you've been through, no matter what's happened to you, there's always a chance. You still got a life. There's still a future. You can still always change. Sculpt what's to come. Starts with your mindset, and I think it starts with someone like me being able to go to and I believe math is it's without, I don't know how much time you have, but honestly, math is one of the best subjects to be able to do that with, because I have classroom rules in my classroom, and you got the standard ones, but one of my rules is banned words. And it's not that I care if they swear, but I'd rather them swear than say these words, and they're not allowed to say I can't, it's too hard, and I'm dumb. Because if they say that, they're already setting themselves up. You know what I mean? I think it's really important for them not to say that. And I find with maths, they're the most common words that I hear from my kids. I can't do it. Oh, it's too hard. Oh, I'm just dumb, miss. And I'm like, no, you're not. You just got to try. In anything in life, if you try and if you believe in yourself, you can probably do it. You just got to keep at it and persevere. And it happens with math, man. Because these kids, once they open their mind up to the possibility of the fact they actually can do it, instead of being so closed that they can't and they're just dumb and they're just not a math person. But if they can open their mind up, actually, maybe I can learn this. I will just try it, because if I keep trying, just like a skill, if you're kicking a soccer ball or something, you don't miss the goals the first time and go, that's it, I'm shit. I'm never going to be able to kick a soccer ball ever again. No, you keep trying. And that's the same with algebra. It's the same with math. You just got, you can't, the first question you get wrong, think, no, I'm shit, I'm dumb. It doesn't work like that. You got to keep trying. You got to believe. And I believe that's a foundation of success in life, and not giving up when it gets hard. And if you fail, a test, it's okay. Just try and be better the next time. You know what I mean? It's all about that. So I'm really about positive mindset in my classroom, and it's more about that than maths. But I just use the math as a tool to teach that mindset, and it works. You know what I mean? So I see the kids transform in my classroom. There's nothing like it. My passion for teaching is on par with my boxing. Very hard for me to give up teaching. It's very hard for me to give up teaching, because I love being able to inspire these kids.
You're listening to Can You Survive This podcast? Thanks for tuning in. Please make sure to subscribe, rate, and share on the iHeartRadio app, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your favorite shows.